going on, guys? Crimson here. Season 4 is about 2 weeks left in the season, so that means Season 5 is on its way. I can confidently say that Season 4 has been the most impactful season since the launch of the games last year. With all that being said, let's do a recap of what Season 4 has brought us. Please keep in mind, I won't be going over every single thing because there's a whole lot Season 4 brought, but I'll just bring some honorable mentions and just stuff I kind of thought was important in general. So keep that in mind, please. The final Season 4 has brought a lot of quality of life changes, starting off with the introduction of static crosshairs, which has been a big request in Season 2. I'm actually really happy crosshairs came along. It did take them a while to do it, but I know a lot of people have been waiting for this and just leaves so many customizable options. I myself have my own static crosshair for when I use my rifles, and a custom shotgun crosshair that I use for my M26 because I love that gun. I feel like having a separate crosshair works really well. It'd also be nice if we could have like saved profiles for crosshairs, just so we don't have to constantly change back and forth and try to remember all of our settings. As well, multiple guns have received either new sights or iron sight variants, allowing for more personalization of your favorite weapons. With this introduction of sights, some guns that pretty much have seen no use at all since the beginning of the season, such as the M11 and LH1, and even sometimes the M60, and it's given them, the possibility to just have better impact when you're using them. As well, the 9.3R, the RPG, and the heal beam have received much needed balances in order for the 9.3R to feel more in line with other weapons in the game. And the nerfs on the RPG and the heal beam made it so players couldn't rely on these weapons heavily compared to previous seasons. Obviously, the heal beam has been a very strong specialization, especially since Season 1, leading to some very deadly combos with triple medium or double medium heavy. Just been really annoying for players to deal with, especially when you have a heal beam constantly on an enemy in a 1v1. And for those of you who haven't played since Season 1 mainly, they've done a lot of different changes to the defibs in order to make them a little bit more balanced. Defib is really like nuanced because it's very important to have, and you do see a lot of defib spamming, and while depending on who you are that might work, it might not work. I think defib is kind of in a fine place, and there was the glitch mines that kind of countered the heal beam and defib meta, but then they kind of nerfed that into oblivion, so people really don't use that anymore. But it was a brief thing in season 3-4. Some more notable changes have been the revival of the LMGs. Now, I've talked in a lot of my other videos that the LMGs are just really weak right now and just kind of pointless to have them, especially because of new recoil changes. But luckily this season they have reworked the recoil once more for the LMGs and did some tuning here and there. So now they are back on the board on something you can probably use now. As well, my favorite change that came to Season 4 was the throwing knives being able to hold that secondary fire. I never officially talked about it, but I feel like if I have, I'm really happy it came to light because being able to hold it and be able to time whenever you throw that secondary fire has been really helpful, and I actually might try the throwing knives this time. Luckily, it wasn't around when throwing knives were at their peak, even though that only lasted like a week or two, but who knows, maybe they'll rebuff it again. And of course, this isn't everything Season 4 has brought in terms of weapon balancing and the different changes to the classes, but of course I will link the official wiki in the description so you can check out your favorite weapons or specializations. Of course, this isn't all the changes that Season 4 has brought for us. There's been a lot of different changes to different guns and reworking of the classes. So I'll link in the description the official wiki, so if you want to check out, say, the F-car or the Pike and see what they did with that across Season 4, you'll definitely be able to do that yourself and go a little bit more in depth. And of course, the thing that everybody's been waiting for, the rank system was improved. And as I told you guys before, they've been working really hard at this ranked system. They built this from the ground up, and they are a smaller dev team, so we have a really small team working on building a ranked system. Games like Call of Duty, who have a full-fledged $1 million team, still have a hard time making a perfect ranking system, and it still takes them a while to implement it when the game comes out. So props to Embark for really actively working at this. And within a small inclusion of that, you now have further customization for your calling cards. You could get customization with your sponsors. You can show off little badges that show your progress in classes, how much money you've earned, your kills, and they all have their little tiers and they're all nice and shiny and very cool. And of course, speaking of sponsors, Season 4 will finally allow you to be endorsed by sponsors. That was kind of the whole big thing about this game, is that you compete and the sponsors will sponsor you, give you cool exclusive gear. Of course, they brought that in Season 4. Currently, the options were Isolt, Holto, and Engima, respectively. By now, you guys have all picked your sponsors by now. Of course, I've been sponsored by Isolt for a very long time. Hopefully, next season, they will allow you to get multiple sponsors maybe, or They'll bring back Exalt Holtor Engine Mode again on top of some other ones. And so now that we've gone over Season 4 in general, I will now share what I want to be changed and to be introduced in the game. Starting off with weapons, from the recent leak, the new weapon is most likely another shotgun for the medium class. It looks like a modified Remington shotgun like the ones featured in Call of Duties. I honestly think the shotgun might be really busted and might replace the model, because usually pump action shotguns do a lot more damage and perform a lot better. But since the model is still really strong, I don't know if it will fully replace the model. We just have to see how it plays. It might just be really garbage compared to the model. I'm really surprised they added a new shotgun, but hey, Heavy already has like 3 shotguns on its own. Maybe so this one might be even a slug shotgun compared to the model. And now that we know what the medium weapon is, I will now predict what should come for the light class and the medium class. For the light class, I personally think we should still bring that carbine assault rifle, maybe make it silenced. I've been wanting a carbine assault rifle for a while because it just kind of feels like light class is very underwhelming in terms of variety. It really feels like you either get like your gimmicky like throwing knives, projectile weapons like a bow. Your SMGs are kind of hit or miss. The XP54 used to be really strong, but now it feels like it just kind of shoots peas even after the recent change. M11 is kind of decent now, not the best gun though. Your range guns like the LH1 and the SR84, even though they've been kind of tweaked, they're just really situational, and it's really just hard to justify running one over like say the many shotguns or even the XP54 for example. So I feel like adding a carbine assault rifle such as like say the G36C, the SCAR PW, or even like the M4A1 carbine, I think that will be a nice addition. It can give the light class a little bit extra power in those medium ranges, and as compensation we can obviously buff the current assault rifles we have on the medium class to kind of keep them stronger at a range compared to the new rifle. And for the heavy class, I do think a new LMG is due. They did bring the Deagles like we were wanting. I hope they're not bringing in the heavy sniper. Snipers are always kind of like hit or miss in games, and bringing a heavy sniper that does a lot of damage will be really controversial, especially if you can like one-shot lights. Gun I'm thinking about in particular will be the GA-A1. That's very popular in Rainbow Six Siege. I'll draw that as a good comparison. I think it'd be a good choice between like a M60 and a Lewis gun. It could have like a high fire rate, kind of like the M60, but doesn't hit as hard as the Lewis gun. And because of the different mag compared to the M60, it might have a little bit better reload times. And I feel like it'll kind of be like how the FAMAS is for the AKM and the SCAR, you know, it's kind of like the medium brother, you know, the middle child of the bunch. Moving on, I think some new limited time game modes, or even honestly permanent game modes, will spice up the game, can definitely bring back the fun to the game. These 2 game modes are what I thought of myself just from playing games over the years, and I think would fit really well into the finals. Special shout out to Uplink from Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty World War II. I know those modes are really fun, but I don't know if they'll add those to the finals considering how the game plays. So starting off with the first mode, I think a gun game mode would be excellent, as the finals has over 25 weapons. I'm pretty sure it has actually 30 weapons right now as in Season 4. It would definitely make a gun game mode very exciting. I think the twist for this is that you will be role locked only to the medium class. This way one class won't dominate over the other and make interactions more balanced, and it'd be really interesting seeing a medium run off a dagger or an LMG. And my second and final mode will be to spin on Capture the Flag, but this time be Capture the Cash Out. So similarly to traditional capture the flag modes, it'll be a 6v6 mode where each team is trying to steal the opposing team's cash out box and cash it out into their own station. This mode will bring the benefits of power shift, allowing for any class to be used, and the freedom to change your loadout mid-match or to change up your strategy. And I think kind of like this capture the flag mode will be really fun, as you'll be able to practice throwing your cash outs, strategizing, and I think it just brings a lot of fun and chaos, and it's kind of a more centralized focus mode where it's not just everyone fighting around the map and third party. And of course, you know, power shift over time gets a little boring and unbalanced, especially when playing with like an uncoordinated team where you don't bring the right loadout, or the entire team picks heavy and your other team picks light, you know, it's just not that fun sometimes to play power shift. Now, ending off my Season 5 predictions, I'll be fast firing quality of life changes I want to see in no particular order. Honestly, it's just random stuff I just been thinking about, and I feel like it'd be really nice for the game. So I actually had a discussion with people in Discord a long time ago about this, and I didn't realize this at first, but they need to bring back more climbing. Like Monaco, for example, I think is like one of the best maps for this. Skyway is really good too. Just being able to climb up windows and scale buildings really easily, just using your brain and not having to climb stairs the whole time is really nice. Like sure, we do have like the fast stair climbing method, but for some people, they're either too lazy to learn it or it's kind of hard and inconsistent, and I feel like these window hops was like my favorite part of this game, because I can be more creative and just not take the route that everybody takes, and I feel like that's what the finals does best, in allowing you to approach situations however you want and very uniquely. Number 4, we do need more diverse options in clothing, and to add on top of this, we do not need more contestant slots. We need to be able to save outfits, because as you guys know, you already have saved outfits in the game from when you get certain bundles, so why not just be able to make our own custom save slots, and that way you don't have to keep adding in contestant slots, because when they added in the extra contestant slots, it like broke the game for a little bit. And then 5, this is my last one. This is very minor, but if we need like a proper camo grind for weapons outside of the XP grind, I'd really appreciate it, as it feels inconsistent to get weapons leveled up compared to gadgets, and I think having a mastery camo will allow players to kind of have more something tangible to achieve, especially if they don't like playing ranked modes or just having a rough ranked time and just want to kind of chill out and grind something else. And on a side note, I think for XP, I think it'd be great if you could get like a master uniform for like your classes, such as the light, medium, or heavy. I feel like that'd make more sense, because if you commit so much time into a class and you're like a heavy main, let us be able to show that with like exclusive heavy headgear, like an outfit, you know? I think that'd be really cool as well. Alright guys, that is it for me. Anyway, I love playing the finals, and I just want to see more out of Season 5. Hopefully just keep bringing all the love to the players. Just maybe add some more stuff I'm suggesting, please, and work. Add a lot of stuff I already had. So, you know, guys, comment down below what you guys want to see coming in the game next. You know, Embark does listen. What do you think about Season 4? Do you think Season 4 is better than Season 3? Are you looking forward to Season 5? Or are you going to come out to the game now that Season 5 is coming out? You know? Just let me know down below, please. Love interacting with you guys. But yeah, guys, till my next video, peace.
Sit in the back, ayy, bitches all on my lap. They said, Billy damn, so cold, I'm so chilly, yeah, my neck froze. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it, I'm thinking I'm like, oh, yeah. You think it's a joke, your girlfriend just text me, she on the way over. Bend that bitch over, fucking the road, but call it a night, wake up and start over. Ayy, shit's a wavy.